What I like most about what Edwards has to say is that he seems to really enjoy his job and enjoy interviewing. You should enjoy interviewing. Writing has a challenge and it feels like a great accomplishment. Researching has its own rewards, but interviewing is what this job is really about. And talking to new people, interviewing people, meeting different people, that should be an enjoyable part of the job. Now, much of the advice Edwards gave you, like the advice in the textbook, seems kind of common sense, pretty obvious. Yes, you research the person ahead of time. Yes, you dress appropriately. You arrive on time. Yes, you be polite and personable. Let me give you a few suggestions from my own experience that go beyond this as far as preparing for an interview. I think you should treat an interview maybe a personality profile, but even just an interview of a business person in a certain industry. Treat that interview like a blind date. Think about if you're on a blind date, the moment that door opens, you don't want to be surprised. You want to have some background, some information. You don't want to be shocked. You prepare. And think about the tools you might use to prepare for a blind date. You would what? Search Facebook and Twitter to see if what that person looks like, if they've got accounts, if what they've been talking about, who they've been talking to. You Google their name, probably, to find out other information about them. You might not do this for a blind date, but for preparing for an interview, the same idea is that you would search local news organizations to find out what's been written about them. You also want to see what they've been writing about themselves, like maybe a blog. Think about, let's say it like this. Imagine you're stalking them, trying to gather all the information you can and all the background before the interview. It might be a person that you're stalking in this ways, or it might be an organization, you're writing about an organization, or an industry group, like you want to find out everything about that industry. Use all those tools, and don't be afraid to use the digital tools that you use for fun, like Facebook and Twitter, because of course those can be used to prepare for interviews also. So you're doing all this preparation, and you're probably writing down questions. My suggestion is, great, write down questions, review them, but during the interview, I don't think you should have them out in front of you. Or if you do, you shouldn't be looking at them for sure. Eye contact is really important, and paying attention to what happens in the interview is very important. At the end of the interview, you can go back and look at your questions to make sure you didn't skip it. Maybe just topic headings would be a better idea. Get used to asking the right kind of questions without them written down in front of you. Now, do you have to do this? Do you have to be a certain kind of person? Do you have to be an extrovert, a bubbly person with a talkative person with a bubbly personality? Actually, being too talkative can get in the way of being a good interviewer, because interviewing is about listening. What if you're an introvert? What if you're a shy person? That's fine. In fact, I know a lot of shy people who become very good journalists. They have to talk to all kinds of people they never met before. How does that work? Well, sometimes being a shy person as a journalist, being the reporter, gives you an out, gives you a role to play. So you are no longer shy Jack Downs, who doesn't want to talk to people. Now you are Jack Downs, the reporter, whose job it is to talk to people, and it's more like you're playing a role, and you can actually perform very well and get all the information within that job criteria. So being a shy person is not a problem. So who really does make the best interviewers? Well, the best interviewers are good listeners, and some of the best interviews are really conversations. I want to have you watch a little video from Tavis Smiley, who I think is a great interviewer, broadcast interviewer, which is different. So now go ahead and watch the Tavis Smiley video, and then come back and watch me again.